And we're live again. Just close the doors, switch other lights off. $15 ago. What's up, Neo?
What are you doing?
I'm doing a live stream, buddy. That's weird. 1 minute like me, I'll log in. Sorry guys, just getting the tablet up. Yeah, babe. No, right in it. I'm going to give myself a copyright strike if I'm not careful. Why's my live not showing? Man, I'm having trouble with this. Mummy, what? I'll be there in a sec, Bubs. Give a sec. Sorry, I've just got to go see to my little one. And then as soon as I've done that, we'll get on with making these links. View channel. Oh, there we go. Takes a little while for it to come up. There's nobody here except me, so. There's nobody here except me, so. Back in 2 secs, let's get that turned down. Hi, Bubba. Yeah, I don't know what Mummy's plan was there, babe. Can you go watch thing? I'm right here, okay, if you need me. Alright, Mummy be back in a sec. Sorry, a bit of RC Daddy in there. There's nobody in the stream, so that's good. Right, let's optimise our camera position.
Daddy, Mummy.
2 secs, guys. It's all right. He's good. He's been really good. See you in a bit, guys. Right. Liz, if you could grab me one of the little water. Oh, sure, I'll do it. It's not. I don't think there's anybody in the stream yet. I forgot to grab a water. Love you guys. Right. Here we go. Nobody in the stream, so that's good. While there's nobody in the stream, I'm going to throw a bit of the rubbish in the bin from yesterday. If you was here yesterday, we sorted out my bins. Oh, for a ton of stuff away. Obsolete stickers from companies that I would never use. Oh well, never's a long time, isn't it? But let's just say I wasn't impressed with my first experience with RC all-wheel drive. Was not impressed. So I made that set of soupy chunky links for the TRX4 Sport, and nobody's bought them. So I do know someone who wants a set for a TRX4 Defender, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be making a setup for my buddy Lee He's got a TRX4 Defender, and he doesn't live too far from me either, so I might invite him over to fit them here once they're made, and then I can be involved in the process of seeing them fitted. Just changing the camera angle a little bit. Is that a little bit more optimal? It's a work in progress, guys. I promise it will get better as time goes on. I'd say that was suboptimal still, but it's better. It's better than it was. Right, let's clear a space. Shouldn't really have the tablet around all the electrical stuff. Will it work up there? That might work. I don't like the slightly off angle of this, so let's tweak that slightly. Pinch that up, zoom it out a little bit. What I don't want to be doing is putting my head in the shot. Just waiting for the camera to catch up. For the tablet to catch up. That looks alright. Yeah, eventually I think what we'll have is the lathe in the shot. Sorry, I'm just sort of processing this as we go, but I'll have that in the shot, and then we'll be able to see the vice and all of the other little bits that I use when I'm doing a lathing session. And I think, as there's nobody in the chat, we're gonna bust out my shop vac, and we're gonna start with a nice. We'll start with a nice clean table. How about that? How's about that then? As a famous pervert used to say. The small human has been playing with Henry, and as a result of the small human shenanigans, I don't know where my brush head is. I don't have a smart collection system in place yet for this. So I'm throwing a ton of metal away instead of recycling it. And that is not how we want to roll. Still nobody in there, so that's good. Right, it's not good, you know what I mean? I think my lathe is going to need a service in the not too distant future. It's probably overdue one actually. So I may be without a lathe for a week or so while that gets done. Right, there we go, that's that noisy shenanigans out of the way. Let's get this, let's clean that rail. Like, I would imagine a proper engineer would cringe at the goings on here, but we're not engineering really, not really. We're kind of, it's a bit of woodworking almost. Although we are working with metal. It's not that none of this is super critical. So I have noticed when I lean into the workpiece. What did I do with the Allen key? Let's get everything back where it needs to be. Right, so there's my key. And in there. Yeah, when I lean into the workpiece sometimes with this, I was noticing some movement here, but I think it might be the way I've got. This is just mounted on a bloody chopping board, you know. Let's get that in there. We might as well, once we've got the links for the Defender made, what we might do is we might make some exhaust stacks for the body mounting exhaust stacks. Still nobody in the chat. And nobody watching. Is it because it's too early? I know this stream would definitely benefit from me working a bit later. Like if I was to be doing this in the evenings, at least it would give the Americans a chance to get out of bed. Like most Americans are in their beds right now, and I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Right, just having a quick tidy up. Still nobody in the chat. We've still got a few of the bits that we didn't give away yesterday to get rid of. I don't think there's anything fancy left. The RC4 GS that we gave away, that was in the giveaway, is gone. Someone's already claimed that. They haven't emailed me though. Rudy, if you want that, you need to email me. I'm going to give you 24 hours to email me, and then I might have to let it go because someone else is interested. So Rudy, please get that email over. Dwight Rabbit, DWIGHT, rabbit444@gmail.com, and I'll send you out that RC4GS for nothing but the price of postage. Right, let's put these in the shot. This is what we're working on. That is the extreme chunky length, the super chunks I'm calling them. That's what we're calling them for now anyway. So that's the set for the TRX4 Sport, and for it to become a TRX4 Defender set, all you need to do is make these 10mm-ish, 10mm longer, and yeah, and that's that. Nice and simple, he says. Anybody in the chat yet? Nobody in the chat, so I think we're just going to get on with getting on. Move that around one click. There we go. We're just going to put a bit of 3-in-1 on there. Bit of light machine oil. Or 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil is perfect for this. We don't want great big globs of it down there, because that will just pick up all the crap. There we go. Lovely. Nobody in the chat. Right. Just think think what else can I do just to make the aesthetics of the shot slightly more enticing. Maybe if we do that. There's Venom. Rah. Let's get rid of that plug. Maybe we can cant Venom over slightly. Don't want him to fall into the workpiece while I'm doing this, but we get him into the shot a little bit. Is he gonna? I don't think he's gonna fall over. Right, I'm just gonna start making the links then. It doesn't look like. I wonder if we tip this up, I'll get a better chat window. Yeah, that might be slightly better optimised for that. Right, I'm just gonna get on my making the links, guys. Doesn't look like anybody is out there in YouTube land today. That's all right. We can work with that. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to cinch that down a little bit into the workpiece. The closer to the chuck you're working, the better. From what I understand, take everything I say with a pinch of salt with regards to working on a lathe, because I am self-taught and we haven't plugged it in. It goes better when you plug it in. Yeah, I'm self-taught and I'm really just at the beginning of my journey. I've been designing things in CAD for like 10 years. So I know my way around a CAD program, although I'm pretty rusty actually. I haven't been in a CAD program for a good number of years, 2 or 3 years since I did anything in CAD. And I'm interested to get back into it actually, just to see what changes have happened, you know, to see how AI has changed that world. I'm just looking for my measurement mark. Is this it? Yeah, that's it there. Right, so just going to come in a little bit closer. And we want 101.3 millimeters. Did I write that down? No, let's do that now. 101.3. So anywhere around that is good enough. 101.3. We're lower. If anybody wants the measurements, we're lower. Shaft only. Shaft only. Yeah, if anybody wants the measurements, I'll try and get you the link to Jenny's. But you can just put you can just put into Jenny's. You can just type in the internet, in Google or whatever. You can just type in TRX4 Defender links, and there's a link there for Jenny's. And Jenny very kindly has put the ITI, the exact ITI measurements up which not everybody does. Even TRX4 haven't got it up, so I think they're probably just trying to make sure nobody copies their links. Like people haven't got a caliper. But yeah, we all know what TRX4 are like. Hello there out in YouTube land. If you've just joined us, I am making 2 more links to join my set, which is down there. Wow, we want to be 101.3 and we're already at 101.48. So I just need to take, I'm going to take 0.1 off of the end that we haven't touched yet, and that should ensure that that's nice and true. We're just going to take 0.1 off, and because of the relatively low accuracy of my lathe, that's close enough, right? Just putting a face on. Right, we're going to go down that much. Let me know if there's any interference, guys, please. For some reason, the internet has not been super solid the last week. I think it might be time for a new router. I'll have to get in touch with Virgin. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to restart this one. Sorry, bear with. Hopefully this won't happen all the way through the stream. It did it yesterday. It was a pain in the floof. Right. Channel. Yeah, you just have to disconnect and reconnect to the internet, and then it comes back to life. I'm just going to assume everything is working, and this will sort itself out in a sec, and none of you guys will have disconnected or anything. Yeah, looks like it's only me in the chat anyway. So right, we've just done the facing, so what we're going to do is, while we're there with the tool, we're just going to go in, we're going to put like a 1mm chamfer. I like to put a 1mm chamfer on each end, and when I say 1mm, I mean I eyeball 1mm, and that's good enough, because the tolerances of these things don't matter, and as long as it's aesthetically pleasing, it's likely to be close enough for it to not, you know, bother anybody with OCD and so on. So we're just going to repeat that on the other end. It also takes off any sharp bits. There we go. Right, that's that bit done. So we've got the correct bit in. I need to think what I'm doing. I'm doing 4mm, aren't I? So I put 4mm carbon steel. Yeah, that's the one we wanted, the 3.5. I put 4mm carbon steel set screws in these. So we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab some rod ends in a minute. Oh, actually, the rod ends I'm using, I've already got them in. But anyway, if you're making them, you'll need M4 carbon steel. So we want a 3.5 carbon tungsten carbide, I think is the correct term, tool bit, drill bit, and a nitrite coated, titanium nitrite coated 4mm tap, which is a lot to remember when you haven't had enough coffee. I've not had. Let's put that round there. Let's put it there. Right, so I keep having to move stuff. We'll end up with a nice little setup here, guys, that's is super slick in terms of engineering these bits and in terms of YouTube slickness. So all we're doing is we're just putting a few turns on there, enough for it to seat the drill bit. So while we've got that tool in, we're going to flick it round, and then we'll check our measurement, because I didn't. I know it's going to be close enough. That's why I didn't bother checking it. But let's grab the caliper. What did we want? We wanted 101.3. We might have a little burr. Yeah, it seems like it's increased in length, which is impossible, isn't it? So it's saying 101.43, but I'm telling you, that is because there's a little burr. Once we take the burr off, that is going to be, there's just a little burr there, which is causing that. Once we hit it with some emery paper and brasso and whatnot at the end, and we polish it all up, that will be tickety boo. I've put it the wrong way. Why did you let me do that, guys? You let me put it in. So yeah, we're putting the centre drill. I think this is called a centering drill. Pretty sure that's what that's called. A little bit of engine, a little bit of engine oil, a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. Got to make sure that you don't leave these in, because it can be very dangerous. A little mini lathe like this could literally explode if you forget to leave them in. That would definitely not be good. I'm just seeing how far I can get my head in this shot. Okay, right, quite a way before it becomes intrusive. What I have noticed, and it might not be something that bothers everybody, but I've noticed when people, what am I doing? I'm changing the tool bit. So when I've been watching people with a top-down camera, sometimes they'll have the camera over and pointed backwards, so it looks like your point of view is looking, it just feels weird. Almost makes me nauseous watching stuff like that. I mean, that could just be me, but that's something I don't, especially if I'm, watching the videos back, I really don't want to be doing that. So there we go. That's the M3.5 in there now. Give her a little tweak up on there. We do not want this slip in. We make sure we've got plenty of lube before we slide our tool in. Remember that, guys, plenty of lube before you put your tool in. Nobody wants to go in dry. Right, wrong piece. I keep doing that, I keep grabbing. That shows you the muscle memory's just not there yet. Let's pull this back out a little bit, making sure the chuck's safe. Now we need to go in within about 10mm of the end of the drill bit, and then I know from experience that gives me enough depth to put in my M4x16 carbide carbon steel set screws. There we go. And then after you've pulled your tool out, just clean it off. Need to make sure you keep your tool nice and clean, and give that a little bit of give the part you're making a little bit of a clean as well. And then while we're in this end, it should be super quick this. We should be able to knock these two out relatively quickly. I think the thing that takes the longest is cutting it with a hacksaw. I need a slicker solution, don't I? Right, so when we've done this bit, we don't do up the stock, the tail stock. We do lubricate. We make sure we get plenty of lube on the die. And when I did this up, I just gave it a little pinch. I didn't do it up tight because we want the tap to spin when it bottoms out. So I'm just giving it a little bit of pressure, switch her on, and then as soon as she does that, we turn her off. Then we take the belt off and we just give her a little wiggle, and then we back her out. Nice and simple. So it's not a machine that you can do threading with like a proper machining lathe, but if you know the little ways to do it, you can make a really good job of tapping. I haven't used the die set yet on this, but at that point, just with these, you can do it like that. You can just put something in. I just use the tail of the brush, and I'll tell you what, it makes that a lot easier. So then I'll go in with a straw cleaner. So this is just like what you clean your metal or glass straws with, if you've got them. No, a lot of people haven't, but we do. And there we go. And just to make sure that is what we want, I'm gonna take apart the TRX4 rear, and we'll just check our work, guys. First time you screw this in, it might be a little bit gritty, but that one's not. That's lovely, perfect. 7mm pillow ball in there makes this exactly the right exactly the deal that you're looking for. It fits perfectly. This is the right width. This is everything that's the right length. If you had a TRX4 Defender at this point, you are one hole and a tap away from having one of your links done. It really is super easy. Looks like I'm gonna have to make a couple more of these up. I'm gonna switch my TRX4 Sport over to super chunks as well. I was just gonna run my stock links, but these came out so nicely. I think I'm just gonna make myself a set as well. Right, so then we just repeat the process. So we take that out, put the centering bit in. Let's go with the other end. Put the centering bit in. I like this end because it gives the drill bit a little nicer start. There we go. Oh, we've already done that. We did that the other end. You donut. RC Flight Test. Hello. That reminds me of a channel I used to watch when I was flying. Sorry if you wrote that a little while ago. It's been pretty quiet in here, so I missed you arriving. How are you today? I hope I didn't take so long to reply that It's just been me for ages, you see. Right, so we put the last land of the drill, I think it's called a land, of the drill where we can see it, because we know we want to stop about 10 mil shy of that. Damn it, so long with nobody in the stream, I wasn't watching for comments. So we're just manufacturing some links for a TRX4 Defender today. We've almost finished the first link. This is 8mm stock that we're drilling into here, 8mm brass stock. So that's where we want to be, about that far in. We're only putting at most about 8mm. We're only putting about 8mm at most of the set screw in. So I know by the time we get to there, we're like 15mm that hole, so plenty deep enough. I think I missed RC flight test. Oh, they said hi and everything. I'm really sorry if anybody joins the stream and I miss it. I need some sort of, I'm going to get better at this, I need some sort of indicator, something that lets me know when people have joined the stream, and also something that also gives me a little ping up when people lot use RC. I like that little lathe, that's cool. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an MCO Unimat Mod 4. Oh no, it's an MK model Unimat 4. So yeah, it's an MK Unimat 4 Lotus ERC. Lotus RC. Oh right, it was the E. Luke, hello, meet you at Kent where the new Trawler Club is opening, mate. Hello Luke, how you doing? Just making some TRX4 links. So I made a set for the TRX4 Sport the other day, and everybody's saying, oh, I want some for my Defender, or I want some. No, like the Defender's probably one of the most ubiquitous TRX4s, isn't it, in the UK anyway. So these only fit the Sport, but all you have to do is change the rear links. So a buddy of mine wants a set of these, so I said I would get on and make him some. Not bad. How are you doing? I know somebody with no videos stole. Oh, do you know what though, Lotus? I think you can still use it. I could be wrong. Like I think you can. Like I think in the back end you call it something else, but then you change the external name to Lotus RC. I think you can do that, so you could still use it, yeah, without any issues. Right, so we've got the piece. Let's just check to make sure that this is tight in there. Yes, it is, because we don't want any witness marks on this. Tailstock's free. We've got our M4 tapping. The chuck is safe. We're just going to go down until it bottoms out. And as you can see, what I'm hoping you can see, when you get all the way in, your tool spins, as long as you haven't tightened it up too much. What you been up to then, Luke? What have I missed? I can't wait to get back down to Kent and have another crawl at that place. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, this rig here, Venom, there's a raffle which ends on the 31st of July, and it doesn't matter how much is in the raffle at that point. You can win this fully custom LCG rock crawler. It's got some really decent components. If anybody wants a rundown on that or a little look underneath, just let me know if you're interested in going in a raffle. quite happy to show you around the vehicle. Right, give that a clean off. We've just done our thread, so this one, apart from the polish, which we're just about to do, is finished. Because this was mostly already finished, this didn't take long. Which end have I just done? This end. So let's give this a clean out. Hello Lisa, hi. This is Bouncing Noise, who loves a bit of techno, I think, if I'm right. Is Lisa from Germany, and she's a regular on the channel, and I know her from another live stream that we or another channel I should say, and she is winning competitions out in Germany like they're going out of fashion with Vanquish Products truck. What have you got? Luke, not sure mate, been busy at the moment. We'd love to go back there. It was a good day. I enjoyed it. Well, what was you running, Luke? Was you running the small scale stuff or larger, or both? Just try and refresh my memory. So we're just gonna test fit this in the ugly hole, the one that I've just done. It's not an ugly hole, it's a nice hole. I mean, it's just it's got a couple of little bits of, so we're just making sure that this fits nicely in both ends. Yeah, and that's it. We're going to finish this one off by giving it a bit of a polish, and I might need to disappear into the other room quickly. That is just over halfway. So we when we're polishing, we go in just over halfway. We give it a nice pinch up. Close that. Please bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm just going into the other room to grab my brasso. Sorry, babe, I need the brasso off the table. Could you pass it to me? I'm really sorry, I need it. Yeah, I'm just working. Is crawlers all you do, nitro 5th scale gas? Mainly what I do, but no, not all exclusively. I love everything RC. Diggers, boats is not something I've done, but I could drive a boat. I could see me with a little RC boat definitely at some point. I designed and built quads for 2 or 3 years. I did some work for one of like a security agency, not a government one, but a security agency in Australia, where I was building drones for a little while. I had a 10 scale. I'm running YFGRC chassis with cap links and axles. The day I was there, I snapped my foot. Oh no! Oh, do you know, I think I remember that actually, Luke. Not much Vanquish left. It's a ZRD, so you got a Zoku VRD beside the geometry and the F10s, the drive shafts and the body mounts. Everything is already custom. That's the way it goes, Lisa. Right? That is the way it goes. So I'm just going to hit this with some brasso, and if I feel like we need to, I'll let it with some 1500 1500 paper, as well, and we will get an absolutely beautiful finish on that. But I've said it to people a few times, these end up like jewellery. Look at that, seriously, like, oh, you can't really see it, I'm just looking at the screen. I wish you could see how beautiful this comes up. I'm going to drag it up in front of the camera. This is why the links that I make are a grade above anything else that you'll see. So most links, I'm just waiting for the camera down there to catch up, like let's do that. So most links will come, there we go, most links will come rough like this, but when you open the box and you get a set of ours out, it is like a piece of jewellery. Absolutely beautiful, precision made, and absolutely gorgeous. Now this is the bit where I've got to be a bit careful. I kind of feel like I need, and like I'm not engineering, like I'm not trained, I didn't do college, I don't know how you go about having a soft jaw, but I think I've seen them. I feel like I need like either an insert, like a nylon insert that will hold the part, or something like that. Just giving her a good old rub down. Then we go in with a clean part of the paper. Yeah, I could do with like a little nylon piece. Look at that. Camera does not do this justice. I'm glad the camera doesn't see more than what I'm showing here, because it's still really, really hot and humid here in the UK at the moment, and I'm doing this in my box shorts. Hello, Stan. Yosemite Sam. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us, Sam. We are. I don't know if you remember the other day, Sam. I was making a set of TRX4 links for sports, and it seems like nobody in the sport brigade wants to buy the super chunkies that I've just developed. And my mate was like, I'll have a set of them if they fit the TRX4 Defender. And the sport is a 312 wheelbase, and the Defender is 324. So I had to turn around and say, sorry Lee, but I can't sell you these because they're the wrong size. But if you give me a day or two, I'll get you a set made up. So this is Lee's set that we're actually making now. And if Lee's changed his mind in the meantime, that's not a problem. Somebody will snap these up. And I set these, and then they go in a little black box, which I don't have, and they actually arrive like jewellery. It's like the Apple experience, but with TRX4 links. So there's the rear TRX4 Defender link, all finished. Now we just got to make another one. So that's number one done. Just give that a quick wipe because I had my dirty fingers on it. She looks fantastic. And now, of course, all it means is that I've got one of the links that I need for a set of TRX4 sport links already made, and I already know where they're going. If you can guess, guys, they will be going on my TRX4. This is Rex, my TRX4, who's running the 7mm originals. These are the standard chunky links, not the super chunks. And we've got 7mm steering on there as well. So I'm going to change all that out at some point so that we end up running the super chunkies. Oh, it sounds like my son is having a super meltdown in the background at the moment. He's at that age where the amygdala is fully developed and the prefrontal cortex doesn't know how to quantify all the injustice that he sees going on in the world. And yeah, that can result in quite a meltdown. And I do apologise if you can hear that. But, you know, he can't help it. Right, let's try not to saw through the bit. So in future I will chop this side so you guys are in on it, but what I do is I mark with my caliper roughly the length that I want, well no, exactly the length that I want, and then I cut about 1mm more, and then I take it to the lathe, and that's where I fine tune it to the right size, because way more accurate doing it on the lathe. Like if you just couldn't with the methods that I'm using to cut, you just couldn't do it. It would be impossible. So have you got any competitions coming up, Lisa? When are you next out? And have you got any tips for people that might be doing the comps? I haven't done a competition yet, but I will be at some point. I'm not particularly competitive, but I do get... Let's get this done first and I'll finish my thought. There we go. Alright, that's that horrible part done. Yeah, I'm not particularly competitive, but I really do enjoy seeing the modifications that I've done do well up against other vehicles. So when I was into 1/10 touring car racing, I used to run my front wheel drive in a very, very competitive class, and there was all sorts of flash vehicles, and I was just using make some L-shaped alley soft jaws to place in between the link and the lathe jaws. Sprocky lock, that might be L-shaped, so they would go, it would fit down there. Yeah, that might work, as long as the tolerances on the aluminium was alright and it didn't wonk it. On my chuck, it goes down to a point as well, so it goes straight and then it goes in and then there's a flat, so that would do something like that. Same as Vice soft jaws. You might be onto something there. Is it Sprocky? Yeah, thanks for that. I will give something a go actually, because we managed to not do it here because we were being super careful, but quite often I've had just slight little slippages and stuff, and and then I have to start sanding, and then a set of links that you can do in half an hour then ends up taking you an hour because you spend an hour getting the marks out. I do not have time for that, being a busy dad and all that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, I would like to buy something off of the internet that solves the problems for me, but I'm not adverse to the idea of making it. I would rather spend time making links for one of my projects that's already in progress, or for somebody who's putting in a special order or something. I've got a couple of sets. Let's just put a shampoo on while we're there. Oh no, I can't do that yet. Let's get that out of the way. I've got a couple of orders in for UTB-18 link sets already, so I've got to get them made up. Just 1mm alley strip, it works a treat. That sounds like the voice of advice. What am I trying to say? That sounds like the voice of experience, knowledge. I don't know what I was trying to say. I think I know what I was trying to say. Hopefully you guys know what I was trying to say, because that's probably more important. Right, where's me clappers? There's a radio show that I used to listen to, and I used to say, what's your qualification? 101.7. So we're going to take 0.4 off of there, and then we're going to be happy. We're going to do it on the ends that came from the shop, just in case their end's not square. Yeah, what was it? I used to listen to a radio show when I was delivering, and he used to have guests on. He would ask these questions, why aren't all apples green, or something like that, and then he would have people come on and give their answer, and then if they were right, or it sounded right or reasonable, he would then say, right, what's your qualification? And then I'd know the Jane or whatever would say, oh, I'm a botanist or whatever, and it's to do with this, that and the other, and I've done science on it. Yeah, I don't know why. How did we end up talking about that? Right, there we go, 0.4. So that is where we're going to do our chop. And then we're going to put a chamfer on. Just going nice and slow, giving the tool time to do its thing. I noticed if you rush across the workpiece slightly too quickly, it just makes a horrible mess of the part you're making. And we're going to go in, we're going to put our chamfer on. So we do about 1 millimetre. And I'm being honest with you guys, I've just eyeballed this. This does not have to be an exact science. As long as it's eyeball close. Practice is everything when we talk about comping. During the comps, driving is one of the easier points. At my first comps, I was shaking. From the meet, I would have been an all Lisa. Yes, Ali, soft, great grip, no damage, job component. Thank you, Sprocky. Appreciate that. I don't think I've ever seen you in any of my videos or live streams before, so thank you for joining us and welcome to the family. Just going to switch this over and put a chamfer on the other end. Oh, that sounds like my little man might be getting ready for nursery. Boy, sorry, 2 sets, guys. Oh, you look super smart. What's your t-shirt? Can I have a look? Oh, it's a dinosaur. It's Rex, isn't it? Can I have a look? This, I think his name's Rex. There's Rex there, look.
No,
but you've got Rex. This is Rex as well on your t-shirt. His name's Rex. I named my TRX4 after that dinosaur.
Come in.
Yeah, that one. That one, that's Rex. Lovely, babe. Have a nice day. See you later. You can leave that door open now, Lise. It's bloody roasting in here. Love you guys. You don't have to take keys if you don't want to.
Well, I've got them. It's in a bag.
Oh, okay. Right.
I won't be doing much of a walk today just because it's raining and Lisa's coming.
It's raining?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. There you go, guys. Weather report from the UK. It is warm and muggy and raining. Where is everybody from? Rock's here in Louisiana. Just found you, mate. Well, welcome to the family, Sprocky Lock. So shiny. Yes, indeed. And couldn't get up in the morning. My bigger problems. Just found you, mate. I keep building rigs. Nowhere to run them.
Sorry to interrupt again. Do you need anything from the shop?
You can surprise me if you like.
Anybody else?
Does anybody else need anything from the RC mummy? She's good like that. She's a proper mummy.
Right, see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit, babe. Thank you.
I'll get you some.
Lise,
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Okay.
Get yourself one as well.
Do you need it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. Oh, she's such a good partner. She suffers terribly with anxiety, and since we've had our son, she's been digging really deep. Bless her. Right, we're double chamfered. We just need to put our centering bit in. Whereabouts in the world are you, Sprocky? I had to take early retirement to look after the wife, so getting into RC would, as you love fabricating. Well, I can't think. I mean, that's really. I'm terribly sorry to hear the route that you ended up here, but you're from Redditch. Oh, you're not super far from me. I'm in Hemel Hempstead, which comedians always say, "Oh, you're from Hemel Hempstead. That's posh." It really isn't. It really isn't. The place where my son lives and my partner, we haven't got a flat together yet. That's something we're working on. The place that they live at the moment, it's not very nice. It's not very nice. I'm not going to go into detail, but it is not very nice. We only have a few spots in Germany, every single one at least 100 kilometres or more away from where we live. That really sucks, Lisa. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I've complained. I've been known to complain a little bit. Ask Lisa. I mean, my partner Lisa. The RC mummy, that's what I'll call her, is also called Lisa. So yeah, I have been known to complain. Yeah, there's not a lot round here either, but there are a few spots, like 7 miles away in a place called Apsley. There's a really, really nice place that I refer to as the Secret Garden. So you may have seen videos from there if you've seen the content before. That's 7 miles away, and then we've got some pits not too far from us as well. What have I done with them now? And the chalk pit and the culvert. So there's a lovely, really rocky, hardcore crawling spot called the culvert, and that is also, that's about 10 miles away. And then another 2 miles on from that, there's Sundon Chalk Pit, which I've got a rock crawling guide on, In fact, I've got rock crawling guides on the Culver and Sundon Chalk Pit, because what I'm trying to do is create guides for people so they can just follow the what 3 words that I put in the descriptions of the videos, and then people can not only find the spots but they can find the rocks. So if I'm on a particular, like a big site, I did one in Wales recently, so I did a guide to Herbert's Quarry in Wales, and I've actually what 3-worded all of the obstacles there as well. So if someone was to go to Herbert's Quarry, they can just open the what 3 words app, click on it, and then they'll be able to walk straight to it. The closest RC crawler group in my state is 5 hours away in North Louisiana. My goodness, it's still in Louisiana. 5 hours drive in one state. You know, when you American guys talk about distance, the mind boggles. Like, how can you drive for 5 hours and still be in the same state? Like, in the UK, it's difficult to drive for 5 hours and still be in the same country. Like, in most directions, you'll be in Scotland or where else? You'll be in Scotland or Wales, unless you really do it back roads or something that can slow your progress down a bit. Lucky me, got a 3D printer, mini lathe, and a mini. Spooky. I've got this and a really janky Wolf pillar drill and a decent set of tools, a half decent set of tools, and that's it. 3D printer's got to be next. I'm selling my 1/8 scale 2021 Bronco by Yeekel. I'm selling that. That should go for, I don't know, 250-ish. And I think I'm going to get a Bamboo Mini A1, is it called? Because I need a 3D printer in my life just for prototyping parts, like and you know, tinkering and doing my own builds and stuff. And then the next thing I want, because I need to be able to do graphics. So this is one of the custom builds I'm working on. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it in camera, but yeah, that's all right. This is supposed to have the Hulk written on it, and then a picture of the Hulk there, and then other Hulk graphics all over it. But for that, I need a cry cut, or a cricket, whatever people call it. Yeah, to finish that. And I've got a friend who can do that for me. But I'm one of them people that I don't really like to ask people. Yeah, Bamboo A1 Mini. So we just go down until there's about 10mm left of the drill threads, and then I know that gives me enough room left. Or it gives me enough depth to be able to put an 8mm. Right, let's switch that around and we'll do the other end. You've got the Bamboo A1, so you've got the A1, not the A1 Mini. Is that right? Proper jealous. No, I'm not. I'm not one of them people that gets jealous, you know. I'm really pleased for you. That sounded really salty. Genuinely, I'm happy for you, and I will get one. I will have one in the not so distant future, but I'm probably going to get, because of lack of space at the moment, on 5 hours I can drive half the way. In 5 hours I can drive half the way through Germany. Germany's pretty big, Lisa, compared to the UK. Like, you have to be, from where I am, you have to be going from here deep into Scotland to be, well, like into Scotland for 5 hours. You can pretty much reach any of the sea destinations in almost any direction in 5 hours in the UK. The Bamboo software is fantastic. I've watched a guy this morning reviewing the Bamboo A1 Mini, and he was doing it all off of his phone. And I'm a desktop guy, but being able to do it from my phone, or being able to have the choice to do it from my phone, yeah, I like the idea of that. So, did you say you've got the A1, not the A1 Mini, right? I mean, I don't know if the bed size. I know it's going to be one of those, isn't it? I'm going to think, oh yeah, no, prototyping parts isn't going to be a problem. But then I'm going to be like, oh, it'd be nice to 3D print some rock crawler hangers so I can get these guys up on the walls, and then I'll be like, oh damn, the bed's not big enough. Bamboo Mini is all you need, mate. Brilliant. That's what I wanted to wear, because it's like, I think at the moment, if anybody's interested, this is a 3.5mm tungsten carbide bit with and then I go behind it with a titanium nitride coated 4mm tap, and then I use 4mm tungsten carbon steel set screws, 16mm M4 by 16 now, just in case anybody's interested. Right, we don't do the tail stock up this time, and so this is my method. I put it in and I just pinch it up. I haven't really cranked that down. Just make sure this is sliding. So that I leave the headstock loose. I push it up to the part. I make sure the head's safe and that this is bolted down. We just give this a quick pinch up, because what we don't want is our part, yeah, that's nice and tight, to spin in the jaws, because that will leave witness marks. And then I'll just pop this on very quickly until this bottoms out, and it's not that tight that it won't spin. So let's just do that quickly. In she goes. Oh, now she stopped early, which means this hole is a little bit tight. Right, no, it isn't. The hole's a little bit tight. Let's back it all the way out. It's because I didn't pinch this up enough, guys. Oh, that was loose. My bad. Right, let's hope. No, I'm going to back it up. I think starting from it already in the part's probably a bad idea. So we'll back it out a little bit. Let's try that again. There we go. And that is just about where it's gonna do it. I don't. Oh, that is absolutely spot on. That was 100% of the way in, but we hadn't started to spin our part yet. Bamboo A1 Mini. I've got the A1. Bamboo Mini is all you need. That's it. 4 by 0.0. I think it's written on it, isn't it? 0.07 thread. So a standard metric 4mm thread. So once we've done that, we whiz our part out. Did I thread the other end? I don't think I did I? Yeah. So a good way to find out if you've threaded it, if your eyes are as bad as mine and you've broke the glasses, is to try and thread something in. Yeah, it won't thread in, so we didn't thread that in. I dropped my pen. Right, so let's put a thread in the other end. Give it a little. I always give it a little jiggle just to help it find absolute centre. We pop our drive belt back on, close that up. And here we go again. Plenty of lube on her before you put your tool in. You want to make sure your tool's nice and lubed before you slide your tool in. And here we go again, just make sure, yeah, everything's safe. Right, so what happened there was my belt slipped. Oh no, no, the part slipped, and this is why I want a soft jaw. Because, fluff, I thought I'd really crank this down as well. I could have done with another little pinch. We have penetrated the part enough. Bloody hell, guys! I mean, now this you'll see in a minute what I mean about that happening. It will take me bloody ages to get that out. Hopefully it doesn't. But I don't. When people get these, I want it to be like an Apple unboxing. You know, I want people to be absolutely overwhelmed with joy and pleased with the whole experience of buying stuff from me. Oh, you son of a bummer. Right, let's see what happens when we hit it with a brasso, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can feel it. Let's get that all the way out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. What do you use, Sprocky? What do you use for polishing your part? So if you was working on brass like I am, yeah, that's made a right mess of it. See, now most people, like if they were getting like, most people would do the manufacturing prototyping themselves and then they would get these outsourced. If I can find someone in the UK to manufacture these cheap enough in batches of like 100 at a time or something, I'll go for it. But let me tell you, I'm almost positive that person doesn't, or that company doesn't exist. And I don't really want to outsource it to China if I don't have to. But then that might mean that the parts end up really stupidly expensive. I've just bought the drill bit and thread combined for 15 quid for 5 on Amazon. You can use AutoSol, mate. Yeah, AutoSol was what I was looking for when I found this old tin. Man, this brought back memories. I used to polish all the brass in the pub my mum and dad ran when I was a kid. I used to polish the brass up and earn a few quid. And I remember getting my fingers all stinky back in the day. So the drill bit with the thread combined, I didn't have the most success with. And that it also didn't have enough depth on it. So I bought, let me see if I can extract one from the tool store cupboard next to me. I think I bought these on AliExpress. What's this? What size is this? Oh, this is an M5. So I bought these little individual ones and then I bought the separate high quality tungsten carbide bits, and since I went this route I've not had any problems. But yeah, these titanium nitrited ones that I bought, they've just been really good, and that one in there has made maybe 20 or 30 links and it's still not showing any signs of giving up, so I guess I can recommend that. Brasso the best for polishing, and it's fantastic on Ali. That's good to know. The Brasso was old school stuff, yeah. Rubid, hello, you can use AutoSol. Oh, that was you, sorry, I thought that was Sprocky. Sorry, my eyes aren't very good. And with these glasses, my engineering glasses, I've got to get right up close. Oh, that was you saying that as well. Rebid. Yeah. Welcome to the RC family. I don't think I've seen your name before. So yeah, this isn't very deep. I'm going in with 1500, guys. Let me know if you think I'm doing it wrong. Because this isn't my, like, this has never been my trade. I've never had any formal training or anything, and I'm just making it up as I go along, but I'm passionate about it and I'm a fast learner, so eventually we'll get there. And it's coming out. I can see it lessening. Maybe I needed to hit it with like some 800 or even slightly more just to get it. Oh, that, it really does take a while to get out with a 1500. But when I was saying, like, I want people, when they open the little box that these come in, I want them to be like, wow, this is like jewellery for my truck, you know. I know most people are just going to go straight out on the rocks and smash them into the rocks, and then they'll never look the same again. But if people are going to be paying their good hard-earned money for one of my products, I want them to have a real wow factor when they get them. And also like some people have shell cranes, right? They build trucks that they never intend to take out. I can get on board with that, but it's not me. That's probably the best way to say it. Like I can understand why someone would just, oh yeah, no, this is my favourite rig. This only drives on the carpet in the front room or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have a rig like that. I suppose if I ever do trade shows with chunky links, I might have a shelf queen then, just as like a display model. Right, do you reckon we've done enough? Have we got rid of that mark? Brasso, the best for polishing, yeah. I'm wondering, did we do enough? She's shiny. She's definitely shiny. No. We've still got a tiny little wetness mark in it. This is what I mean, like, what's this? We got some 400 there. That is definitely going to be a little bit too spicy. What else have we got? We got some 800. Let's go in with a little quick fluff with some 800. I just printed a 110 scale cage in 2 hours, glued it together for mock-up, and then making it out of 1 1/4 inch brake tube. Am I going to be able to see that somewhere, Sprocky? I'd love to see that. Sounds like a fantastic idea. I think the guys who make like the Thai Pro cages and that they have like a similar method. When they build it, can't pinch too hard. There we go, we got rid of it. Where's my little doodad? Thank you very much for popping in, Lisa. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day wherever you're going. Thank you for coming in and keeping us company. And keep winning the comps for the girls. Keep winning those competitions with your ZRD custom. Cheers, Lisa. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Not because I don't believe you, just because I'm actually genuinely interested. Oh my god, my head's a mess. I always think people think the worst of whatever it is I'm saying. There we go. That first one with the paper always leaves like a messy thing on it. I've just noticed my missus has gone out. Yeah, I see Mummy's famous for this. She's got ADHD, and among other things, one of her idiosyncrasies or habits is going out and leaving the TV on. So one of my things is not doing that, so I might have to go and turn that off in a minute. But I've put the brasso down in a messy piece of... Let's get the bin open. Bloody hell. Right, I need another bit of brasso out then. Don't worry, shame to get another bit out just for this bit. Yeah, I'm wondering, I don't know if it's a shame. YouTube chat needs to evolve and let you guys put pictures up, because then you could just do me a picture, couldn't you? Right, here we go. Cooking on gas now. Get it all smushed together. Sliding sideways. Hello, welcome to the chat. How are you? Welcome to the RC family. That's another name that I don't think I've seen it in any of the videos. Oh, actually, no, I think, have you commented before to 3D printing file sites to look at are Colts and Thingiverse? Once you've got your 3D printer, rescale files around those. Are you from America? Sam Stevens is from Louisiana, so you're not alone in here, but I know it must be pretty early in the United States right now, depending. I think like America's so big, it actually depends on what part of the states you're from, doesn't it? I was saying earlier, my mind absolutely boggles with regards to that stuff. Right, we're going to get a clean piece of towel. Let's tear this off. We're going to get a nice clean piece of towel. The old lady's complaining a bit. I think she needs a service. I think one of the bearings is rusty or dry. Oh, look at that. Leica. I'm a team driver. How are you? I'm actually in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Or Michigan, as a good friend of mine says. The mythical town of Michigan. Michigan. Have you got clean water yet? I don't think the world knows the trials and tribulations of the Michigonians. I am getting it correct, aren't I? It's Michigan. Michigan that ended up with like poor water quality, wasn't it? Is that right? Due to a debacle from the governmental offices, you're surrounded by water. But like tap water, wasn't there an issue with your tap water at some point due to some switching on or off? I know everybody was on bottled water for quite a while, unless I'm mixing it up with another town in America. I'm sure it was Michigan. Michigan was that was Flint, Michigan. Right, Michigan is a state. My geography is terrible. Michigan's a state, and it was the town of Flint. Is that right? There we go. She's pretty. So then we just get our rod ends. Let me clean my fingers before I start touching the rod ends. Like I say, when I want people to open these up, I want them to be absolutely overwhelmed. Yeah, pretty bad pipes. That's it. I think they decommissioned some of their water pipes, didn't they? And then because of some deal the mayor was doing with a company in the area, they switched back on the old pipes, and then it bloody poisoned everybody nearly to death. Just because there's a couple of people that are in the stream, this is Venom. It's a Team Revolt custom build with 3D printed Team Revolt inserts, Louise Champs, which is Duratrack Steepwoods, custom carbon chassis, all custom brass links and Delrin uppers. And it's got a load of decent electrics. It will come with a radio and everything completely ready to run. I've got a raffle running for it at the moment. If you have to replace bearing source, a sealed bearing, then you won't have to grease it up. Yeah, good call, Sprocky. I'm surprised you've heard of that. Sick rig. Thanks. You can win it for as little as £1, which is about $1.16 or something like that. I'm polishing up my old 312. So that's for a TRX4 Sport, that one. Let's get this one over. And let's do her up. Yeah, so you can win this for as little as £1. This is Venom, one of my custom builds. Obviously, you've got all the hood ornamentry. I make these as well. These are this is like a bonnet mount for 3mm bonnet mounts, and it looks like an exhaust stack, but it also doubles up as a protector for Venom's head, which is you know, it's on the bonnet, isn't it? And yeah, it has been run. It's not a brand new rig. It was like a proof of concept vehicle that I made content with on the channel, and yeah, it's got some marks on it, but it's got Mears isokinetic cap axles. I'm just eyeballing down the length of the. We need to be just a fraction less. There we go, nice and straight. So what I want is for people to open the box, go, my goodness, look at these, they are beautiful. They are like jewellery when these are finished up. I don't know if that's showing as well as it could do on there. They are just like, the finish on these is beautiful. So I want people to open up their packet and be blown away with just how beautiful the chunky links, super chunks are, or any of my products. And I use a shock duplicator tool, guys, but I don't know, I'm going to be honest, yeah, they are going to be, I was going to say, I don't know if they're going to be long enough to measure these, or to check my measurements. So whenever I do a set of links, every set is measured and checked and tweaked if there's any need. Yeah, blind guy would like to see that. Well, any person. I don't know why I said that, blind guy. there you go, they're absolutely perfect. So this is shock duplicator. You can work out to see if your shocks, if you compress your socks and then let go and one side is slower than the other, you can tell that you've got your seal pack too tight one side. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant for that. But they're also brilliant for checking your link lengths, and I can tell you 100% that that is absolutely bob on the right length. And if we look up there, we were looking for 135.3, and according to this we're a fraction under 135, but let's take those out because it's never a good idea to leave them in. So what I do, the RPM shock tool isn't fantastic for measuring things, so slide it along a little bit, and then what I tend to do is I'll double check the measurement. 135.4. Sorry if I'm not completely in the shot here, guys. So that's pretty close. That's 135.37. I've set it at 36. They're a fraction under, but they would need to be millimeters off for it to make any difference. They are about, I'd say they're within 0.5 millimeter of the exacting specifications, but I'll guarantee you, if you pull off any TRX4 link and check it against their recommended lengths, they're not going to be right either. These will be absolutely brilliant. So that's that. We've made that set up. Let's have a look at chat. Where you get them from? That's very cool. I'm pretty much 24 scale at the moment, so you must watch 24 yet. And if you don't, you need to. If you like a bit of YouTube, you know. I have a 10 scale comp rig and a bunch of bashers. Nice. It's good to have a bit of variety, because some days you just don't want to crawl. Some days you don't want to bash. It's nice to have a bit of variety, isn't it? That's what I keep telling my missus. Sprocky Lock, where'd you get what from? Sorry, you probably wrote that when I was saying something but yeah, I'll watch it. I love 24 yet, and he's blown up, hasn't he? I just love he's not being pretentious. It doesn't feel like he's saying the thing that everybody wants him to say. He's just being completely honest. So this is the kind of radio. Let me just grab the actual radio. Where is it? So the raffle is up on, if you find the video for Built Not Bought, I built a Symbiote RC crawler. In all of the videos there's a link. So this is the radio that it's going to come with. Momentary 3-position. It's an 8-channel. It stores up to either 10 or 20 different models. So this is the radio. This is going to come fully ready to run. Everything you need except batteries for the controller and a battery for the vehicle, because of international shipping issues. You know, they don't like batteries on aeroplanes. And you know, I could have included a battery, but then it would have had to have gone by boat, and then people are going to be waiting months. Yeah, so brand spanking new hot RC radio gearing, a fully custom build. Someone's going to be very, very happy with that. And at the moment, the competition is really, really undersold, and I'm okay with that. I'm not bothered if I make a load of money. It'd be nice to get the money that it's cost me back, but again, I'm not super bothered about that. It's Tony from CCXRC. is in the same town I'm in. He's in our community. Right, I know Tony, the king of RC, right? That's him, isn't it? The link measurer. So this is an RPM. This is a tool, if you're a builder, and I wish I had an affiliate link for this, because I must have sold hundreds of these because I recommend them so often. This is an RPM link measuring tool. And where would you get it is a tough question, because they vary when they're in stock and where they're in stock. So you might have to search the internet for them. But it's an RPM, you know, RPM RC tools. It's an RPM shock duplicator. That's the correct moniker for it, the correct name. Mnemonic? No, it's not it, is it? Yeah, that's the correct name for it anyway. It's worth subscribing, guys, if you haven't. Yesterday I gave away a brand spanking new RC4 GS, a brand spanking new set of crawler and what are they called, canyon trails, brand set of new set of canyon trails and a few other bits and bobs. And I'm going to be doing giveaways regularly. I don't have a lot of room, and I don't feel like I need a ton of stuff. I'm not a fan of stuff. Like these, I've got extra. I've got 6. I'm never going to build a 6x6 with pins. So like those comp pins, the pair that's spare, they're just on the stock foams, but these are the S5. These are the S5 ones. If anybody wants a pair of comp bins, like if you've torn the wall, a side wall on yours or whatever, then all I ask people to do is pay the postage on them sort of things. The only thing is, if you're in a far off distant land, sometimes it's just easier or cheaper to buy the thing from AliExpress or somewhere. And I've got to be honest, sending stuff to the United States, I'm not sure about the whole customs situation and you know, import duties and all that right now, which is a bit of a shame. Just took screenshot. If I can't source one, I'll look at making one. A friend of mine did 3D print one. So if you're stuck, Sprocky, message me on my community page or something like that, and I will try to get the STL file off of him for you. Look at me. I'll get the STL file. Sounding like I know what I'm talking about. Right, we're not finished, guys, because I need to make links for this guy. This is my Mears 4-wheel steer cage build. Man, look at the steering. You can't even say that, can you? The steering on these Mears axles is just bonkers. And this is their new 4-wheel steer axles. So your drivetrain is all in line with the gearbox and everything, all down the same side of the vehicle. Love these. Loads of steering angle. Really decent. So what I did the other day, I just mocked up some links just to see if I liked them out of Delrin, but we do not want Delrin lowers, so I'm going to whip those out and measure them, and then I'm going to make some of those up. But I can't do that until my 6mm arrives, because I haven't got any. So actually we are almost at the end of the stream. I think I can't think of anything else that needs doing. I hate the shipping part of doing this. Yeah, it sucks, it really does. I've got some freebies that I gave away in a stream yesterday to send out, and I'm dreading to find out what you know, what they're going to want money wise to send that stuff out. That is going to be uncomfortable. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that I can throw up on the screen quickly? That's the box of bits in there. No, I have got some UTB-18 spares. If anybody's got a UTB-18 and is interested in taking those bits, like I say, just for the cost of postage, it's only portal gears and stuff like that. And the plastics I took off when I was replacing stuff with brass, so there's nothing super exotic or fun there. But we will be giving away some decent tyres and inserts. I'm just trying to grab a set for reference. Where are all my tyres there? Oh, I've got a big box of tyres and inserts. So this should be a good example, I guess. Not the wheels, because that's something we go through a lot of here. There's a brand new set of S5 mud terrain. What are these? These are the Trekkers, I think. Trekker King Trekkers. Yeah, I think this is the King Trekker. It's basically, I think this is a clone copy. And they've got 3D printed insert. No, they haven't. These have got silicon inserts. So not the wheels, but I'm going to send them out at some point. In a stream coming up in the future, I'll be giving these away. And, you know, you haven't got to jump through hoops. You just got to say, oh, I love them. And then I'll give you my email address and we can sort out the shipping. But for you guys in the States, again, that could be a little bit too much. But we're going to work things out. Like I've got these broad 3D inserts as well, 3D printed insert. Trying to remember what these were for, but I'll know that before I come to doing it. And it's a 2-part 3D printed inserts. The inner's really stiff and the outside is very soft. These work really nicely. But I'm actually a Team Revolt driver, so I can't use those. And it's a shame because they are a really good insert. So I think that just about wraps this up. If you fancy spending £1 or like $1.15, enter the raffle on the raffle website. It is linked. Oh, thank you, Sprocky. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, just finishing my thought. If anybody wants to have a go at winning Venom, it's a great way for you to support the channel. Like I know, like on YouTube pushes you to get people to give you super chats and all that. And I'm not comfortable with people just giving me money. I mean, if people do, thank you very much. I'm very grateful. It definitely helps. But I kind of feel like I need to give back as well. So this way, people can give me money, but at least it gives them an opportunity to win like a custom one-off build. And they end up with hopefully someone ends up with a fantastic vehicle. So a great chat, mate. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. Welcome to the family, Sprocky. Welcome to the family, Sliding Sideways, and Sam and everybody else that's joining today. It really was nice to have you here. I like the fact that I'm not in the workshop on my own, and I know you're not here with me, but it feels like it to a degree, and it's definitely better. I prefer this. This is something that I'm going to be doing. Hopefully some noobs come in and they'll learn how to make stuff, or they'll learn how I make stuff and the bits that I use, like the shock duplicator tool. Yeah, that's something. And hopefully, and I did already today, I learned something as well, that that idea for using aluminium L shape there to put in the jaws so that I don't mark my brass parts up. That's a great tip. I'm going to have a look about, see if I've got some, I've probably got some aluminium here I can use. So that's it. I'm just chatting, I'm just prattling away now. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully I'll see you again in a stream in the future at some point. Let me just dismount the camera. Demount, not dismount. I'm not, the camera's not getting off of the horse. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it. And something I always like to share with everybody. Remember, guys, no matter the question, is not love always the answer? Bye for now.